Star Wars Episode 8 The Last Jedi is here! Let's talk about it. But no spoilers, because I'm not Variety Magazine. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tom's Take. This is my movie channel. My name is Tom, and thank you very much for joining me for this, my quick 100% non-spoiler review of Star Wars The Last Jedi. I promise you, no spoilers. I am doing, however, a full-blown spoilers review tomorrow. That video is coming tomorrow. I'm just going to get into all the juicy details, but for this video right now, no spoilers whatsoever. So, Star Wars The Last Jedi. What did I think about it? I saw it last night with three really good peoples, and it's awesome. Here's what I love most about this movie. It's not even to a specific character or a specific storyline or, you know, anything in particular. It's just the fact that this movie decided, Rian Johnson and Lucasfilm made a decision that this movie was going to be different. This movie was going to be bold. If I'm allowed to drop a Star Trek reference in a Star Wars video, to boldly go where no Star Wars has ever gone before. This movie takes risks, and they work. At least for me. Some people might not like where the direction this movie goes in and some of the ballsy moves that this movie takes, but I love and appreciate the fact that, you know, even if it doesn't work for people, or even if, you know, they didn't know if it was going to work, they just decided, fuck it. We're going to be bold, brave, new, creative. We're going to do different things. Because a lot of people, and rightly so, you know, had gripes with The Force Awakens for being too closely paralleled to A New Hope. Now, I personally didn't mind that, with the exception of Starkiller Base. By the way, if you want to know my full review of Star Wars The Force Awakens, I did it with my friend Ali. You can check that out in my Star Wars reviews playlist. Daisy Ridley as Rey. Look, I think Daisy Ridley is wonderful. I think she's absolutely wonderful. However, her line delivery in this movie, sometimes I felt was a bit off. Just a little bit off. I think her performance in The Force Awakens was a lot better. I do. Not to say that it was, you know, horrible in this movie. It wasn't. She wasn't. She was absolutely great. But yeah, there were just a couple of moments with her where I was like, that could have been better. It could have been better. It's a nitpick, but it could have been better. I enjoyed watching her journey, but someone's journey I enjoyed seeing more than Rey's. Kylo Ren, Ben Solo. Look, his arc in this movie is going to surprise a hell of a lot of people. It took me by surprise. I had no idea what I was walking into. If you're watching this video and you haven't seen this movie, you have no idea what you're walking into. Overall, just in general, you got no clue. The trailers gave away nothing. But Kylo's arc in this movie is really, really good. It's juicy, and it gives the character so many more layers and dimensions. And you really got, like, at least for me, I came to understand this character more than I ever thought I would. In fact, in this, I'd be willing to say, only seeing it once so far, I'd be willing to say I, at certain points, was rooting for Kylo Ren more than I was the heroes. I empathize with Kylo Ren for some reason, and I'm really attached to this character. I mean, I loved him from Force Awakens. I was already attached to him, but now I'm way more into this character than I ever have been before. Alright, let's talk about Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill himself. He gives the single greatest performance as Luke Skywalker he has ever given in any Star Wars movie to ever exist. Alright, let's talk about Chrome Dome, Red Head, and Voldemort. I mean Snoke. So let's get on to Snoke. I mean Voldemort, I mean Mace Windu, I mean Vader, I mean Boba Fett. Actually, no, he's Tarkin. What is Snoke? Who is Snoke? So many theories flying around the last 2 years about who Snoke is. And at a certain point, I gave up trying to work out who Snoke is. I didn't care. I just wanted to go see Star Wars, The Last Jedi, and find out for myself who Snoke is. And look, do I like Snoke's scenes in this movie? I love Snoke's scenes in this movie. I will say this. I will say that Snoke to me was either misused or underused. I'm not sure which one I fall on. It might be both. To me, Snoke wasn't what I wanted from him. I didn't get enough from Snoke, as much Snoke as I wanted from Snoke. And it's not, that's nothing to do with who I personally thought Snoke was. Like, you know, I'm gonna tell you right now, Snoke is not Grand Moff Tarkin. He's not Mace Windu. Like, but so it's not nothing to do with that. It's just, I thought he was a bit, I wanted more from him. I wanted more out of that character. I wanted to learn more about that character in this movie. I shouldn't need to read a book that'll come out next year to find out more about Snoke. I wanted to learn about Snoke in this movie. General Armitage Hux. Let's talk about General Hux in this movie. Hux in this movie is used for comic relief. He's more used for comic relief in this movie than he is for anything else. And I gotta tell ya, I was really impressed with Hux in this movie. Every time Hux was on screen, I mean, The Force Awakens, he wasn't in it that much, and he just kind of annoyed me in The Force Awakens, because he was just like, I'm angry, and I hate the Resistance, and I'm just angry, and I'm a Nazi, and blah. In this movie, like I said, he's used for the comic relief mainly, but that's not to say he's not a threatening presence. Absolutely he is. But they choose to use him in a way that really does help understand the First Order, and his relationship with Kylo Ren is great. I will say this without giving away any spoilers. Once again, Captain Phasma is not used well. I will say that. She has more to do in this movie, but I didn't care about Captain Phasma, and I wanted to care about Captain Phasma, and I didn't. I don't care about Captain Phasma. I didn't care about her in The Force Awakens, and I don't care about her now. Sorry. Carrie Fisher went out all guns blazing. Carrie Fisher, may her soul rest in peace. She gave us might be the best performance as Leia she's ever given. I love what they did with Leia in this movie. Now, you guys know, if you've read reports and kept up, that they did not change a single frame of this movie because of Carrie Fisher's passing. They didn't change her storyline at all, and she is great in this movie, and where they go with her in this movie is completely and utterly brilliant. There's one thing in particular with Princess Leia in this movie that I'm not sure about. And when I say I'm not sure about it, I don't mean I don't like it, and I don't mean I do like it. I mean I'm just not sure about it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm gonna have to see the movie again to really, really decide how I feel about this one piece of her story that they choose to go in. But once again, guys, look, Star Wars The Last Jedi is a very, very different Star Wars movie. It takes what we know about the Star Wars universe, it expands upon it, it throws so much information at you at once. It's not like an Empire Strikes Back scenario, right? Where Empire Strikes Back, you had the big reveal at the end of the I am your father. In Star Wars The Last Jedi, there isn't one big surprise that I can point to. There's not one moment where I was shocked. There were like 10, 15, 20 surprises in this movie, and I'm pulling numbers out of my ass here, but like, I'm saying this movie threw a surprise at me, then 10 minutes later threw another surprise at me, then it threw another surprise at me, then another one, and another one, and another one, until the credits rolled. And I ate it up. But look, thank you very much for watching this review, guys. It's a very quick, very vague video about Star Wars The Last Jedi. I'm very, very aware of spoilers and the spoiler culture that we live in with the internet now, and I hate spoilers. I hate going into a movie being spoiled, so the last thing I want to do to any one of you guys is spoil this movie. Thank you once again for watching. One more time, let's light up this lightsaber because it's fun. Oh yeah, that feels good. That feels so good. May the Force be with you guys. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Stick around and watch my spoilers review coming up in 24 hours. And I will see you guys next time. May the Force be with you always.